guys, it's Kevin again, and in this video we're reviewing to Witches of East End Season 1, Episode 5, Electric Avenue. This episode was by far the best episode we've had of this show. I thought this was a very emotional episode, and that was really great. I really like that they're turning the show much more emotional. We're getting to see a lot more things that are happening that they have to deal with, and I think that's really great the way they're doing this, and I definitely been very impressed with this show. So this episode was kind of about all of them trying to let go of everything. Yeah, they're trying to, each witch was trying to let go of something, especially Ingrid, which we will get to, but, each of them was trying to let go from something, and they each released something else from the dead. It was basically all Ingrid's fault. So, as we know, last week, at the end of last week's episode, Ingrid, somehow, Ingrid didn't know who was going to die. It looked like that girl and the baby was going to die, but as soon as Adam got close to her, he died on the pavement. And somehow, though, she has found a way to conquer his spirit to help cope with his death. And, it seems like that's how she did it, basically. And, he has no clue that he died. He thinks he's still alive and everything, and he thinks it's a joke. But slowly after this, Freya and Wendy find out about this, and they go up to her and they say, you know what, you can't keep doing this. You have to let go eventually. And she really does not want to let go. She can't face the truth that he's dead. She can't face the fact that he's dead. And this was a really powerful scene for me. Was a scene where they say you have to face the fact that he's dead. He's not coming back. There's nothing that you can do to bring him back. And it was a really sad scene to see all of this. But eventually she does have to say goodbye to Adam. And her goodbye to Adam, I admit, I felt like crying. It was very, very sad. He's there, and he says that I will always watch over you. And it was just so heartbreaking. He kisses her, and then his spirit goes away. But at least she has some closure now, and it's not like, I didn't get to have any closure. So, the actors in that scene were fantastic. I thought Rachel Boston was on the money yesterday. She was really fantastic in this episode. And that scene was just very, very heartbreaking to watch, and I absolutely loved it. I thought the drama in that scene was amazing, the perfect amount of emotion, and I felt like crying. It was such a big scene. That was such a big scene for the show. It was very, very sad, but it was a very good scene. Definitely something the show needed. It was a big death, and that was definitely really cool. Now, the other thing is, in somehow releasing Adam back from the dead, she has also managed to release Killian's Dash's ex-fiance. So, Dash's ex-fiance somehow stopped by, and with a big surprise, she's actually dead. And it turns out, she's not really, Freya doesn't really know what's going on, but it turns out that she died committing suicide, because of, Dash didn't love her, and, there's something else that's going on here. She's basically now trying to make Killian fall in love with her. This was a pretty big scene. She basically finds, Killian has no interest in her whatsoever. They both still, Dash and Killian both still love Freya. And eventually, the girl ends up finding a way to, Elise, that's her name. She puts up this, power surge thing. And, she tries to electrocute Killian, which she does succeed in doing that. And, luckily he's okay, though. But, he's now in the hospital, and, Wendy had the best way of explaining witchcraft to exact her revenge, and, Dash was, it's sent to the hospital, and even though he almost died, his feelings for Freya are more intense and more obvious than ever. We see that he really does care about her, and, I really hope these two get together, because it'd be fantastic to see. And, I just felt really bad for Killian as well. He's in the hospital now, but he risked his life for Freya, because, she meant to kill Killian, but he did it for Freya, and you saw that he really does care about her, and I think that it was a fantastic scene, and I really love that scene. I thought it was a fantastic scene. I really love that. So yeah, but at the end, she realizes, you know what, I do need to let go of these two, so she tells Freya, look after Dash and Killian, you can have them, you can choose which one you want, just be nice to them, do whatever you want to them, and they have a nice tearful goodbye, and eventually she leaves. ashes, and she goes back to the dead, basically, the afterlife, basically. That's where she goes. And I thought that was a very powerful scene as well. This is going on at the same time as the Adam and Ingrid scene, and my head was just like spinning. I was like, oh my god, too much emotion is going on right now. Like, seriously, they had way too much emotion going on in that scene, but it was fantastic. The amount of emotion, the great performances this episode was on the ball. They were on the money with this episode. It was fantastic. And then we had the final plot had to do with Joanna. There was no plot with Wendy in this episode. She was basically just there to help out all of these, everyone. She was there to help out Frank, but she was mostly there for Ingrid. So about Ingrid, nothing really happened with, there's some interesting stuff going on. We have this girl, Maura Thatcher. She was disaccredited as a witness in her husband's murder, basically exhorting Joanna. When the poor woman started to lose her mind, Joanna lashed out as Wendy for making it happen, and they eventually patched things up, even gossiping about Joanna and Harrison's role in the hay. And Joanna and Harrison, her friend and everything, they ended up having sex. Joanna and Harrison had sex, and they slept together, and now I'm really wondering if Joanna's going to pursue a relationship there, but they're trying to figure out, they're trying to take care of little Maura's problems once and for all, so that is not resolved yet. She's the big villain now. I guess the shifter thing is not as big as a deal anymore. It seemed like the shifter was going to be a very big deal to this show, but I guess it's not as big as a deal. I don't really know. But I definitely really enjoyed this episode. I think these episodes are getting better and better. I mean, they've been on the money with this show. The chemistry between all these actresses have been fantastic in this episode. The amount of intensity in this episode was great. The amount of emotion was great. And I absolutely loved every single minute of this episode. I thought it was fantastic. The way that they did the performances, especially from Rachel Boston. I mean, she definitely deserves some sort of Emmy. She really is fantastic on this show, and I thought she was great. That's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it. What do you think of this episode? Of course, I'm sure a lot of us are upset about Adam. Do you think there's a way she'll bring him back? I don't think there is. But, who will Freya choose here? Now, between Killian and Dash, I think she will definitely choose Killian. Also, Joanna, do you think she's going to try to pursue a relationship with this guy now? What do you think? And also, are they going to be able to get Maura Thatcher? What's the big secret about her? There's something else going on with her. And what about the shifter? Where did that storyline go? That's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.